We're past the era of men making assumptions that women need help. Because again, that could be considered disrespectful and misogynistic.
Can a guy tell me why they can't just be, like, good and, like, help a girl out of, like, the goodness of their heart without, like, assuming?
You never see men offering women seats on public transport anymore.
Modern women are losing it. They're getting angry at the fact that men are treating them like equals and giving them exactly what they wanted.
Okay, I'm going on a rampage, sorry. When did men stop being men? And when I say that, this is not rage bait, this is literally, like, a real-life situation that happened this morning. So, to clarify, my father has never taught me how to change a tire because he is from Alabama. My mom is from South Carolina. This is, like, not my job. That is a man's job, you know? So, my tire blows out. I'm in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I have work at 10 a.m. I'm trying to get to work in Charleston. So, I pull off to the Quick Trip. I get my tire out, and I'm like, well, shit, I don't know how to change a tire. So I go in the gas station, and I make a coffee because I'm stressed out. I'm like, okay, this is going to fix me. Let me see if someone will help me, because all these blue-collar men are in here at 6 o'clock in the morning. Not one person offered to help me. Let me reiterate that. So I asked someone, it looks like he's going to construction site. I'm like, hey, I can pay you. Do you think that you could help me change my tire? Oh, my blood sugar's low. No problem. So I asked the gas station guy, and I'm like, hey, do you know, like, is any of your staff or something, like, can somebody help me? Like, I can pay you, like, whatever. And he was like, you can call AAA. So I'm like, I already did that. Like, it's gonna be 90 minutes. And, like, probably now that this happened, I will definitely be teaching myself how to do this. But it's just like, I don't know, like, protocol would be like, hey, if you see an elderly person or, like, a young girl or something, like, help her, you know? I don't know. It is what it is. I ended up paying, like, a mobile mechanic, like, $150. I'm gonna tag them, actually, because they freaking helped me tremendously, but, yeah, I don't know. Maybe my viewpoints are shit, but...
I think it's hard for these entitled women to understand that no one owes them anything. Imagine next time I get hungry or finish buying groceries and then expect a random woman to cook for me. That's insanity. She said, when did men stop being men? And the answer to that is when feminism became a thing. The question she should be asking is, why didn't any woman stop to help her fix her tires instead of a man? Because that's the part they never talk about. Women demand equality until it's time to get their hands dirty. They want all the perks of independence, but still expect men to jump in the moment something requires strength, effort, or responsibility. They're quick to shout, I don't need a man. But the second a tire blows out, suddenly it's, where are all the real men? And the crazy part, they never hold other women accountable. If a woman sees another woman struggling, why doesn't she step in? Why is the burden automatically placed on men every single time?
I shouldn't even have to say this, but ladies, if a guy you're interested in, or, like, I don't know, you guys are talking on a dating app or something, please don't do that. But if you are talking on a dating app, or you're just talking to somebody, and they invite you over to their house, God forbid if it's the first date, but even like the second, third, or fourth, or fifth, I would say like the first 5 dates need to be them putting in work. If they're inviting you over to their house to watch a movie, or to like cook dinner at their house or your house, they're broke and not worth your time. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Just don't waste your time, because that is just being cheap. Okay? It's not cute. That is broke boy energy.
Nothing will make me lose respect for a man faster than to be in the presence of a man and he see me struggling as a woman, or see any woman struggling, and he won't even take his hands out of his pockets or lift his hands to help a lady. Zero respect for men like that. I was just now in a setting struggling to lift an office chair. that was really heavy to get it from one place to the next place. And I had to lift it and carry it a short distance. Two men stood by in executive positions and watched me struggle to lift that chair and watched me struggle to carry that chair to where it needed to be to return it to it was a very short distance back to its proper place. Zero respect. I have zero respect for men who will watch a woman struggle. If men will stand by and watch you struggle, even in lifting a chair, they will stand back and watch you struggle in other areas of your life. When it comes to women, children, and senior citizens, I have a soft place in my heart for those three populations because they are the weakest populations on the face of the earth. To watch a senior citizen, a woman, or a child struggle, and as a man, you do nothing, I have zero respect for any man who will watch a woman struggle and do nothing to help her. It says volumes about your character. Volumes.
A closed mouth doesn't get fed. If the office chair was really heavy for you to lift, why didn't you ask the two guys for help? That's the part that blows my mind. They won't open their mouth to ask, but they'll complain for hours afterward that men don't help anymore. It's like they expect men to be mind readers or psychics. If you genuinely needed help, use your voice. That's what grown adults do. But instead, they stay silent, struggle on purpose, then run to social media to play the victim and blame men for not magically sensing their needs. Meanwhile, if a man needed help lifting something heavy, nobody would rush over to assist him unless he asked, and even then he might get ignored. Men don't get sympathy by default. But somehow, these women believe simply existing means the whole world should revolve around them. Men aren't helping the same because they have to be careful when approaching women, because in some cases where they've offered to help, they were told, "I'm an independent woman, I got it."
Hey, note to ladies, when the guy doesn't help you carry your bags and stands there and watches you, listen.
First of all, stop lying. I just got back from the supermarket. I tried to help these two ladies, right? Put a TV in their car. And I went there because I saw them struggling. But you know what they told me? No, it's okay. We don't need your help. As soon as I turned around, I heard a loud boom. You know what happened? One of them dropped the freaking TV from one side.
You never see men offering women seats on public transport anymore. And I'm not talking about pregnant women or women holding a baby or older women. I'm talking about just normal adult women aged between like 18 and 50, let's say. You never see it. And this is not a man bashing post. To anyone who follows me, I never man bash. The reason that men don't offer women seats on public transport anymore is because of women. They don't know how women are going to react. They think that they might get called out on social media. They think they might get shouted at. They think they might get told that they're like anti-feminism or toxic masculinity. So men just don't do it anymore. Men can't act chivalrous anymore. Like if a man offered me a seat on the train, I would absolutely love it. I would go as far to say that it would make my day. Like just such a simple, small gesture, such a simple, small act of kindness that would just put a smile on your face and make your day better. But men can't do this anymore. They can't do any chivalrous acts like this anymore because they just don't know how today's women are going to act. Now, please tell me, would you offer your seat to someone on the train, to a woman on the train? And again, I'm not talking about older people or pregnant people. I'm just talking about like a general woman that you saw on the train or the bus or any other public transport. Would you offer them a seat? Have you offered someone a seat recently and you've been met with a negative response? Please tell me. I would just love that there would be some men out there that still do it and that there are some women that actually still receive it warmly and kindly like I would. Let me know in the comments.
That is true. There have been many women who's been complaining about how men aren't offering up their seats anymore, especially in train stations. And there the reason is why. If we look back, this didn't just happen out of nowhere. For years, modern women have been telling men, "I'm strong and independent. I don't need chivalry, and I can do everything myself." Well, men finally listened. You can't preach independence and then expect traditional treatment on demand. That's not how this works. Women wanted equality. They fought for it. They insisted on it. And men adapted. Now men treat women the same way they treat other men. You get a seat if you got there first. Simple as that. The funny part is, when men acted traditionally, they were called sexist. Opening doors, I can open it myself. Offering help, do you think I'm weak? Giving up a seat, I didn't ask you.
Men don't want to help women.
And what specific topic is this video going to be about?
Here, but I'm generally speaking about why do men have a hard time helping women?
They don't have a hard time helping women, but they've been told to leave women alone.
Something that I have observed not only in my personal life, but literally in the outside world, because I'm a watcher. Men will stand there. The women will have all the bags, the kids, the suitcases, the luggage. She'll be doing everything, and he's just standing there.
I wonder, did she ask for help?
They'll just be standing there, like just watching the woman suffer as if it brings them some kind of pleasure. From my perspective, it looks like that, because I'll just be looking, and I'm just like, anybody would help that woman right now. Why are you just standing there? Y'all are the men.
I guess some women do need men after all, if for nothing more than to carry heavy objects. But I guess one didn't take into consideration that a lot of men stopped helping women because whenever they do, many times they're often told that they're not doing it right, they're doing it wrong, and the woman will just redo it anyway after making the man feel about 1 inch tall. Gee, I can't.
I just watched this guy stand with his hands on his hips, watching a woman struggle to lift and carry a kayak. He didn't even so much as flinch to offer any assistance, just stood there watching. And we wonder why women would rather just do life on their own.
This is the problem. Women want to proclaim that they are independent and don't need men, but then they will hate on men for letting them be independent. I was raised to break my back instead of letting a woman do this. But in today's society, with how much women want to be independent from men and how much they talk about not needing a man, how are you going to blame men that decide not to help? I'm sure a lot of these men that were willing to help in the past were also yelled at or berated by women for helping them. She claims to be independent. I will let her show her independency. Like I said, I would never do this. I would never allow my wife to do this. But this explains why some men just don't care anymore.
That's right. It's not even that men don't want to help women. Men were made to feel small whenever they've tried to help women. Think about it. If you constantly get told, I don't need you, I don't need your help, I'm strong and independent, at a point it becomes tiring. It wears you down. No man wants to feel like an inconvenience or a villain for doing something simple and respectful. After enough rejection, enough attitude, enough lectures about patriarchy, men learned the safest choice is stepping back. Why put yourself in a position where your kindness gets twisted into something negative? Women don't realize how many men got embarrassed, snapped at or humiliated just for offering a small gesture. It's the same thing when men try to hold doors for women, they get told the same thing. And this happens after a long period. After years of hearing attitude, sarcasm or straight-up hostility, men eventually just stop trying.
You're a man and you watch me struggle to put my carry-on in the overhead compartment and you don't offer to help. Jail. What is wrong with you?
That's why guys aren't helping girls anymore, and I have a perfect example of why. So first off, don't yell at us for opening the door. That's the reason why we don't open the door anymore. But I saw this thing on the news that is the perfect example, exactly why men do not help you anymore. So this lady was getting attacked in New York, and the guy gets out of his truck, fights off the attacker. The attacker then pulls out a gun and shoots the guy. The police show up, and the lady then says, no, that guy got out of his truck and attacked me, and the boyfriend shot him in defense. But when the police questioned witnesses and the videotapes of nearby businesses, they saw the truth, and then the lady finally confessed that, yeah, the boyfriend was attacking her, and the guy defended her, and the boyfriend then shot her. This is the reason why men aren't helping women anymore. You get lied and disrespected so much that it's not worth the risk of us being in trouble for attempting to help.
Nobody's helping me. Nobody's
What a lot of women do not want to admit is that this would be exactly them when they get into a situation like this. Because so many women have been fed the message that they have to be strong, that they have to be an independent woman, that is really where their value lies today. But when push comes to shove and they get into a situation like this, they're looking for a man to help them. I don't think there's anything weak about that. I think that's just knowing your strengths and knowing somebody else's strengths. The problem is when you're living in a very peaceful, calm state and you're not falling into situations like this, it's unfortunately a little easy to forget the value in somebody else. The problem is when so many women villainize men as a whole and they say that they'd rather pick the bear than be with a man. You don't realize that in the next instant, if they were out of their peaceful, calm state and they were in a situation like this, they would be looking to a man. And what do you think men feel about that? Because they know this. And do you hear the man in the background saying, how can I help you? Like, he is willing to actually still help. And that is the majority of men. That's what a lot of women don't realize, is that even though you bash them and you push them down, they are still coming up to the plate. And that should be admired.
If a man is not putting money in your hand and walking away from you, he is not helping you. Once again, if he is not dropping money in your lap and then walking away from you afterward and leaving you alone, he is not helping you. If he is not offering his protection and service to you and then immediately turning around and walking away from you and leaving you alone, he is not helping you. If the help that he is giving you requires you to give him something in return, he is not helping you. Men are not helpers. They do not do kind things for others, especially women, without wanting something in return. You will be very hard-pressed to find a man who just runs around doing random kind deeds for people without requesting something in return from those people, and especially when it is a woman. If he's not kissing your feet and placing money in your lap and walking away from you and leaving you alone, he is not helping you. There is something that he wants from you, and it's probably some Gucci.
Broke women are a curse and a detriment to your sanity. Any woman who thinks like this, believing that if a man isn't serving her like she's royalty or something, is living in a fantasy world. This mindset is the real problem. These are the type of women who bring nothing to the table but expect everything handed to them simply because they exist. They walk around with this queen treatment mentality, but they don't act like queens. They act entitled. They want the benefits of a stable, responsible man, but they don't offer peace, respect, support, or partnership in return. It's all take and no give. And the crazy part, many of them can barely manage their own lives. No savings, no stability, no emotional maturity. But they're out here demanding a man to fund their lifestyle, fix their problems.